Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast.
This is We Are Air Season 5, Episode 15, Quacking Up to the Stalker.
If this is your first time checking out the podcast network, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And with that said, on to the podcast.
We are error.
Oh, brr. I got two.
I need marijuana.
All right, smoke the marijuana.
Yeah.
Let's do the fucking quacking up.
Let's do a quacking up.
Okay, let me go get the bucket.
God, you and every goddamn night it's the same fucking bucket of chicken.
Well, don't set it on deathbed, though. You will not get that chicken back. You'll get the bones on the bucket.
It was so fucking weird.
It was so fucking horrible.
I had fun with it.
I'm sure you did.
It was so fucking bad though.
No.
Grab some beers, grab some boozes. Hey, everybody, welcome to the We Are Air Podcast. This is Duck. I'm here with...
Oh, me? You?
Yeah, you.
You? Oh,
No, you.
Jay.
You. And...
Total recall. The oxygen.
Can't hear you. Too loud. It blocks it out.
Oh, can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Now we
You
can.
do that.
Oh, now I'm not going to do the joke. This is Javi. Congratulations. I'm sorry, audience. You just missed out on a crackerjack of a joke, my guy.
My God. The one person who listens. And what is the We Are Air Podcast? Podcast talking about movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we're talking about. And today we're going to do a quacking up again because we're quacking up before we do the actual... Well, this is like a demo too. So quacking up demo too, I guess. So what is quacking up? It's going to be whether we tell a truth or a lie. We're going to laugh until we cry. That's the tagline. It's not very good. But basically it is, I'm going to pull out a suggestion from a hat and we're going to ask to tell a story based upon the suggestion. And you can tell a lie if you want, or you can tell the truth. It doesn't matter. But as long as you tell a story, that's all we're looking for. So let's pull out the first suggestion. It will be, tell us about your worst bathroom experience. Ooh. I got one right off the bat. Okay, so I was 11 years old and my uncle took us fishing. This sounds bad already. I'm sorry.
Duck, what happened on this trip?
So we were out in the middle of the lake. We weren't in the lake, sorry. We were out by the lake fishing, and there was a little bathroom up by the side of it. And it was one of those crap stations where it's not an actual bathroom. It's just a hole in the ground with a lid on top of it. You guys have went through this before. Kind of like a porta potty, but it's been sitting there for 50 years full of shit. And so we went up there and there was no toilet paper. And so I had two options. Either I pull off my underwear and rip them apart, which I wasn't smart enough to do, or I find something. And I took a shit. I took a nasty shit. I'm talking like, and I waited too, because like I realized there's no toilet paper up there, but it was, and so I was scared to death. So finally I had to drop it. And you know, when you get them sloppy plops, oh my God. So I get up, I'm all embarrassed. The poop is all around my butt. And I'm just like, oh, this is horrible. And there was nothing to wipe with. And I went outside and I found an old Bud Light packaging for the cans, the cardboard packaging. And I had to wipe my poopy butt with the cardboard. And it was terrible. And to this day, it haunts me. So when I see Bud Light packaging, I see the cardboard box, I get flashbacks of that time. And I did. And the worst part is I didn't get it all. That's the worst part. So I was riding around in my poopy underwear all day. And yes, my brothers made fun of me.
Why did you throw them away?
I mean, I still had poop on my butt, and I was in my poopy underwear. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. I was 11. That's an embarrassing story, but it's true. It's true. It's not a lie. It's 100% true. All right, who's next? Tell me about your worst bathroom experience. You guys look so ashamed for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little.
Yeah, it is.
I've got like 3 or 4, but I can narrow it down to one. I think.
All right, what you got?
Back in the early days of the improv, whenever Basil was doorman and shit like that, we all used to hang out at his house after work. And one night, I was fucking rolling, and his mom and dad were out of town or whatever. His brother was out of town. So we got all of these fucking people over there, like friends of friends, and like all these fucking hot chicks that used to work at the improv are over there. I fucking decided to take some ecstasy. I'm fucking, all right, hell yeah, let's go. My tummy starts doing a little bubbling. I'm like, oh no, that's not good.
Gurgle, gurgle.
So, I go into Basil's open, guest bathroom. I can get in there and do my thing. I didn't think it was anything ridiculous, but I don't know if you know anything about like if you shit while you're rolling, like it makes you roll like 10 times harder. Like it's the same thing as like throwing up or whatever else. You're just expelling like all these fucking fluids. So it's like, oh, so I'm in there and I'm like, holy shit. Like, and I'm trying to get myself together and wipe my ass and fucking throw it in the toilet. And I hit it and the water starts rising.
Oh, no. No.
And I'm like, oh, this ain't good. This fucking smooth brain hit the fucking thing again. Like, oh, it's really not going down. I was fucking rolling. I didn't know any better. So I was like, oh.
I can't even imagine the panic at that point. Like,
oh yeah. This is like, and I just like started rolling too. Like, it was only 15 minutes into my trip.
Oh shit!
And, so I go to tell Basil, and he's like, all right, just go lay down or do something. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking sorry. I'm like, but I'm fucking rolling so fucking hard. I didn't mean to fucking. He's like, oh yeah, we've been having problems with this toilet. I should have told you. And I was like, oh. And I was kind of embarrassed because everybody was like, what the fuck happened? They told him and Jake fucking floated over the toilet with his shitty ass. And then I go out there and I lay down on this little fuzzy carpet thing and I just start rolling in it. And then these girls start kind of like, oh, and they made me feel better about the situation. And I was like, oh man, that was a good recovery.
I thought you were going to say, I looked around and there was no plunger, so I went for the only thing I had, and I fisted that fucking toilet.
Get the fuck in there!
I was grabbing the poop and slamming it down in the hole. Oh my god, that is still kind of.
That was actually the truth. That what really happened at the end there. What you said.
Oh,
I was actually lying.
Yeah. The girls, when they made you feel better, what do you mean by that? Did they give you the
nothing? No comment.
Well, you're just like, man, I should fuck up toilets more often.
Well, who else wants to do shit somewhere?
Javi, do you got a bad bathroom
I
experience?
do, and it's fucking terrible.
All right, let's hear it.
Preface, picture it. I'm a man that always prides himself on, like, as an adult, after I hit a certain age, I never shit myself. Ever.
I shit myself last week, dude.
This is what I was married to. This was like 2015, I saw. We were visiting my in-laws at the time, and they lived in Kilgore. And that day, I wasn't feeling good. My stomach was kind of fucked up, so I wasn't eating. And I was like, I'm not feeling good. I'll just pack up the car and we could head out. She goes, all right. So then we get to her parents' house, and about 2 hours into it, I start to get diarrhea. And I was like, fuck, I think I got food poisoning. So I take 3 Imodium. I feel good. I'm stopped up. Nothing's coming out. I'm good, but I'm so nauseous as fuck. So I go to bed, and then I start to run a fever. And then Autumn gives me some medicine. It's helping me sleep. And all of a sudden, she wakes up. Jay, wake up. The bed's wet. And I was like, what? What do you mean? I fucking shit myself a lot to the point where it got on me, soaked into the bed, got on her. I was fucking dizzy. I couldn't walk straight. She helped me to the bathroom, which is like a walk-in shower stall. She helps me get naked, get into the shower, and then I collapse. I fucking hit my ass, touches the floor, and I'm done. And I'm just shitting in the fucking shower.
Oh my god!
Crying like I don't want to die like this at the top of my lungs. Hurt to the point where the parents will woke up. I don't want to die like this, covered in shit in your parents' bathroom stall on it. Don't let me die like this. I said, "You fucking idiot! You're not gonna die. You're just shitting yourself right now." Just shut the fuck up! God damn you! I'm like, I'm sorry. And I'm just like fucking shitting in a shitty fucking shower stall, water coming on me. I'm crying. I'm feverish, and I'm just delirious. And she's just like fucking trying to just keep me calm. I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm die like this. And then eventually, I got cleaned up. I gathered my bearings. And I made it back to the bed, and I cried and pouted. I'm so sorry. I never wanted you to see me like this. Don't look at me. And she's like, "Oh, you fucking idiot! I love you, but you gotta calm down. You weren't gonna die,
dude."
Next morning at the kitchen table, her parents were like, "So, how'd you sleep there, Jay?" You know, Mr. Kinsey.
Yeah, I had to clean up the shit this morning.
You fucking asshole.
Yeah, that reminds me, though. I think I've told you guys this before, that whenever I had my hip surgery, they didn't warn me that it clogs you up. They're supposed to tell you to eat prunes and like take laxatives and stuff like that so you can shit after the surgery, because the anesthesia makes you just not able to shit. So I hadn't shit for a week, and I swear to God, like I was freaking out. And so I had my girlfriend at the time look at my asshole. I'm like, you see anything? Like, is there anything there? She's like, no, nothing. I was like, get the spoon. So I ended up scooping out the shit out of my ass with a rusty spoon, and then I washed it and put it back in the drawer. No, I didn't. No, I had to scoop it out with the spoon though. It sucked. It really did.
Hold on. We're gonna backpedal here a bit. All right. Oh, okay. All right. You dug up feces from your asshole with a rusty spoon.
With a rusty spoon.
Are you lying? Or are you just saying that for the? I actually believe that you would have used a fucking rusty spoon.
I'm not lying, dude. This is a true fucking story.
Duck.
What?
How big was this spoon?
It was a tablespoon. We were going for it. We weren't fucking around. We were going for it. It wasn't like I enjoyed it. I wasn't like, ooh.
No, I know, but it's still like,
oh God, get it out! It's
no,
like a rock.
Keep it in.
It's like a rocket.
There's like so many different ways you could have gone about it, like laxatives.
I didn't know, dude. It was like a week and a half past. It was like 10 days since I shit.
Damn. Did you tell your parents that you weren't shitting?
What's that?
You were like, Mom, Dad, I haven't pooped since the surgery.
They told me to get the rusty spoon and dig it out.
Oh, it was parental approved. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
All right.
And they had your girlfriend do it and knock down.
I mean, she must have really loved
I
me.
would have had my girlfriend like gargle some water and shoot it out my asshole. Or something.
I can just imagine your girlfriend just like crouching down behind her like a mechanic. Nope, nothing here. You got to be stopped up somewhere here, David.
Oh, here we go. You guys ready for this one? All right. Tell me an awkward story about your first crush / love. Ooh, that's a rough one. I can tell a really awkward story that's going to sound really bad.
Does it involve a pine cone being stuck up your ass?
No, but so the first girl I ever had. Hey, Javi, fuck you. So the first girl I ever had a crush on, and I mean ever. No. My first crush was actually my cousin. So those incest jokes are actually a little bit true. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know she was related. I didn't know what it was.
So you got to keep it all in the family.
So that's awkward. My second crush was the neighbor's kid, which she was really cool. But my teenage crush was a girl named and I had the biggest fucking crush on her. I was the fat kid that passed the notes between her and like the kid that she actually liked, like the hot kid. So I had fat kid syndrome. They'd always give me the notes and I'd stumble over and be like, you want to look at this? So always friends with the girls, never a boyfriend. And actually when I was in 5th grade, I dated the other fat kid in the class, the fat girl, because that's what fat kids are supposed to do, date each other, right? So I gave her a locket. And the thing is, I never broke up with her. We might still be dating. So, to this day, so she's out there. She knows.
You should call her up and just be like, hey,
so
what's for dinner?
So I had this crush on this girl, and what I ended up doing was on her MySpace, I ended up printing out her pictures. And I think one of the pictures was actually her and her boyfriend at the time, and I cut out the boyfriend.
Oh, you
and I put
creep.
I know, and I put the pictures up on the side of my thing, and I ended up getting in shape because I focused on her as the prize. That's terrible and creepy. And that's why I said it was awkward, dude. And yeah, that was.
Yeah,
did she notice you after you?
What happened?
No. You know what fucked up? The last time I saw her, I was stalking laundry detergent. Duck, thank God you went stalking. Like you were a stock boy.
Yeah.
Stalking.
I was stalking
I was stalking somebody else.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy how you did. You know what's fucked up? I was stalking laundry detergent at the Eckers. This is turning to you.
I was stalking laundry detergent. Boy, it's so fucking. It's so poetic,
bro.
It's so poetic.
Why I was stalking?
Like, are you playing that you were not stalking shells of detergent?
Were you stalking something else?
I was stalking laundry detergent, and she came down the row at Walmart, and she had a kid, and she didn't even acknowledge I existed.
Because you were stalking.
She never knew that I was stalking her. Maybe she did.
So you were stalking her.
You were.
I mean, in the easiest way possible, I cut out pictures of her and put them up in the thing. You know what?
What happened to the guy that did he disappear when he cut out the pictures of him?
So I got another story to tell after this. No, that was it. That's just awkward and weird. And like I had the biggest crush on her. And because she loved Usher, I bought Usher's My Way album because I was like, I must like what she likes. Until this day, I really do like that album. It's pretty good. Who's next for the creepiness? I'm sorry. I was creepy little kid. This is what this show is all about, getting out the creepiness.
Bro,
right.
I kind of wish like there was a kid that was owned up to the cruise. Like you get caught stalking some guy's daughter. Like, what are you doing? I'm just a creepy kid. I'll leave it now, but I'm just a creepy kid.
I'm hanging up inside the tree in her yard, just like,
Wensel, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm being creepy. What do you want from me? Oh,
just think of me like Urkel. I'm charming, but I just kind of want to look at your daughter.
That was, you know what? That got a lot off my chest. I actually feel a little bit better telling you.
That's good.
That.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So tell me about the most awkward moment of your first crush or first love. Who's going next? You guys can't top that. I think. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a stupid short one. Something I remember that always stands out to me. There's this girl that I liked in 4th grade, and I'd known her like since kindergarten on. I was like, oh, she's going to be my girlfriend, fucking stupid little 8-year-old brain, 10-year-old, I guess, whatever. And I work up the courage one day. I kept thinking about like, oh, I want to ask her to be my girlfriend, and I couldn't do it. And then finally one day I work up the courage, and it's like the end of like 4th period or something, and the bell goes off, and we all get up from our desk to go to the next class. And I look over at her, and she kind of turns away. But I was like, "Hey, do you go out sometime?" And then Eric Olson, my buddy from elementary school, also was on to the right of me, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, and we're still together after all this.
Worked it out
years. Yeah,
after all these years.
Yeah. And now we were dating, and now we're married.
It's a beautiful story about it. It's a meet cute. Javi, do you got one? I know you do. You're just hiding.
I don't think I got one.
You don't have an awkward story about your first crush or your first love? Your first crush was your mom's friend, wasn't it?
Oh my God, Diane Sims. Oh my God, she was fucking super ratchet, and I love ratchet women for some reason. You know what? No, not for some reason. I just love ratchet women. She was Polish. Pasty, she had a big ass. She was a lot of woman. And I remember just like as a kid, I would get caught so many times just staring at her ass. One time, we had a corduroy couch, and she was standing in the living room just talking to my mom and shit, and I'm just staring at it. And you know how little kids, they get a little weird with couches in their junk? And I'm just staring at it, and I'm just like rubbing up against the corduroy couch, just looking at it. Like I was being weird. I was being creepy and arch. I was like, oh yes. One day when I could understand these feelings I'm having, I'm really going to enjoy this. But I was just being the weird kid, just like rubbing his junk in the
Let me get this right. So she was visiting and you're up against the couch.
No, I wasn't making, obviously, I was just like swaying back and forth, just like rubbing my dick against the corduroy couch. Because as we all know, if you're going to rub them against something, you better be sure it's going to be corduroy.
Little Javi.
Little Javi like.
I'm just like, oh, it's looking good today. She's wearing tight pants.
Did she notice?
Yes.
She's called me a few times, but she didn't catch me doing that, thank God, because I would have got my ass beat from my mom real quick.
What else were you humping in the house? Were you like up against the lamp going, oh, little happy?
No. She would just catch me staring at it without me doing nothing weird. But this time when she wasn't looking, I was just like, I'm just throwing her against this couch real quick.
18-year-olds will be 18-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Next one. All right, here's a good one. Who was the biggest character you ever met in your life? The most interesting person or craziest person you've ever met?
Who's our Dos Equis guy? Got it.
The most interesting man alive. I guess you guys. I would have to say, like, you guys are the most interesting guys I've ever met in my life. Like, we have been chatting and talking and been friends for a long time. So, like, I guess
that is the best possible answer.
Yeah, you guys.
You guys just made it awkward.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding.
No, do you have
somebody? I was actually going to say you, Duck. I was going to say that you were actually the biggest character I ever met.
Me?
I know Jake. Me and Jake were pretty similar. We get along great, but you just fucking stick out in like the best way possible because you're fucking loud and you own it and you're just fucking great and you just say weird shit and you make weird noises. Like my favorite time was going thrifting with you for the first time. And this motherfucker, Jake, you weren't there, but he would just walk into the thrift shop and just go,
I know that.
It would put so much distance between me. What the fuck are you doing? I heard a good time, baby. I'm on drugs.
Yep.
God, I want to bring that energy to everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
And like
awesome.
we would just go to the checkout and they're like, hey, and he would like yell at the cashier from like 15 feet away, like, I'm coming. It's like, hey, how's it going? And he was just like a small town mayor just gritting every store over there. And it's kind of
God, I love thrift store Thursdays.
yes. And it's like when you go shopping with Duck, you're gonna fucking remember it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was like whenever we went to Patrick's fucking memorial. He fucking went up there and made a fucking speech, and it was awesome. He did great.
Yeah.
He filmed everybody. Like,
I took a
He's
bunch
the
of
man,
pictures
dude.
too, man.
You're
I
the
wish I
man,
was
bro.
more outgoing, though. I really do.
you,
What do you mean?
you're
You're
more
super
outgoing.
outgoing.
Yeah, he just told a whole story about how outgoing you were. So did I. You got up and fucking spoke in front of a shit ton of people you didn't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm shy now.
What are you talking?
You're a fucking
stand-up, you
local
idiot.
comedian, bro.
God damn! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Jake, you
Another
got
reason
somebody?
why you're so interesting. No, yeah, I mean, I'm on board with Javi. That's a solid pick.
I appreciate you guys. Like I said, you guys. So like, I love you guys, and like, I just love the interactions we have and like the fun we had. Like, that's why we're coming to see you, Jake, so we can have more fun. I can't fucking wait, dude.
Something dope.
But we've had some good times. That's something.
Oh yeah.
Enjoying this episode? Go check out Geekster, a dating and friends app for geeks that focuses on common interests as a way to make meaningful connections. Download today on the App Store or click the link in the description to find out more. Geekster, this is what happens when nerds collide. Geekster, available on iOS and Android.
All right, tell us, tell me, tell all of us, tell us about the most fucked up thing that you ever saw at a Waffle House. I've seen some fucked up shit at a Waffle House or a restaurant in general. Have we done this?
Okay, no, I think we have. I was about to say I can't do Waffle House because the first and only time I ever went to a Waffle House was with you guys after the haunted house a few years ago.
I don't remember going to the Waffle House. Did we go to the
We
Waffle
did.
House? Jake, do you remember going to the Waffle House?
I remember nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember going to the Waffle House.
But I believe it though. But I was thugged up. So
All right, so what happened at the Waffle House?
Nothing. I was just saying that I can't do Waffle House because that
it
was the only time. I had a real good time.
I don't remember going to the Waffle House. That's shocking.
Are you sure? Because Greg was with us, and so was Jake, you, Micah.
Oh, I didn't go with you guys. I must have left after that. So I must have went home.
Oh.
So what happened at the Waffle House?
Nothing. I was just saying that's
Waffles.
why I can't waffles.
Did anything fuck up ever happen at a restaurant? Though?
Oh, at a restaurant. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I could think of a story.
All right. So when I was at the Waffle House, my ex-girlfriend, we were having a blast. It was me, her, Jamal. I can't remember who else was there. We were just having fun and laughing and giggling. And all of a sudden she started choking on her food. And I should have been like, die, bitch, die. No, I should have been like, I saved her life. I got her, Heimlicked her out of it. And then after that, I just like, you owe me a life debt. Like I would say,
Yeah.
but that was like, she was legit choking. But like, I moved in like a champ. Like she was choking. She's like, and I just moved in, Heimlicked her real quick, coughed it up. We were good to go. Didn't say a fucking word. I wasn't like, you owe me. I was just like, yeah, that's what we do.
In the back of your mind.
But the same thing happened to my cousin. When I was working as a server at Eaton Park in Clarion, Pennsylvania, he came in and I had him laughing so hard. He's just eating his eggs and grits. And all of a sudden he looks up and looks around and gives that like, holy fuck, I'm dying. And so I Heimlicked him. He comes back to life. We have a good time. 1 week later, about exactly the same time, it happened again. Eating food, laughing, having a good time. All of a sudden, he starts choking. Heimlicked him again, saved his life a second time. It was fucking crazy. So,
Why are you trying to kill him with laughter, bro?
I know,
Yeah, bro.
that's the problem.
Also, I have another question. Why is he choking so easily on eggs and grits? Two of the softest foods around.
Acid reflux. Dude. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool though, because like to know that the Heimlich maneuver actually works, I was like, that's bomb. So anytime somebody starts choking accidentally, I'm like, I can do it. I've done it before.
Like when
You're
you go
like
to a
Mrs.
restaurant, do you like
Doubtfire.
secretly hope that someone actually starts to choke so you could use
No.
it again?
No, remember Jake that time that guy choked Brad Williams weekend? Brad Williams kept joking because we had the Louis C.K. picture up in the back of the Improv, and he's like so
Yeah.
fucked up. And they ended up taking him down and putting up Russell Peters in place of it.
Yes.
But there was a black dude sitting in the middle section, and he was eating wings, and he started choking on a chicken bone, and he couldn't breathe. And we had to, I didn't carry him out of there. Jake and somebody, Will, it was Will, wasn't it? Y'all carried his ass out of there, didn't you?
I think I vaguely remember it.
Yeah,
man.
It was fucked up, but he was like dying. Like he was choking on a chicken bone. Like he was legit dying. I wanted to help in that situation, but I'm kind of happy that I didn't because you never know. Somebody could sue you. So it's fucked up. All right. I'll cut that out.
No, that's good. Yeah, I just like the 20 teens were a weird time for me. Okay, I don't remember a lot of these stories. I believe I was there. I believe I did it. Do I remember it? I don't know.
It was weird, dude. I thought that dude was dead. I just try to imagine being in his shoes, like choking on a chicken bone, looking up, seeing a midget on stage.
Yeah,
like,
telling
everyone's
jokes.
laughing around you.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you got two guys picking you up, and you're just looking at the fucking ceiling as all this is happening.
I'm going to midget heaven.
I got a weird one. It's not a restaurant. It took place at the Improv.
That works.
Jake was there, and this was a fucking crazy night. I don't know.
He's not going to remember.
Maybe.
I don't know what the fuck this lady took, but I remember she came into the office with me and Ethan was just kind of looking. I was like, this lady's kind of giving me the creeps because she was just standing behind us. Like, all right, Mamo, you can't stay here. So I just like took her out to the entrance stand. And then I just like was keeping her company because she said, "Oh yeah, my friend's coming, And I was like, "Okay, all right, you just wait here." So I sat down. She goes, "Javi." I was like, "Yeah, is that your name, Javi?" I was like, "Yes, man, that's my name." And she goes, "Can I flirt with you?" And I was like, "Sure." And then she preferred to flirt with me. And then like she would flirt with me back and forth like 10 minutes. And then she goes, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna be right back." And she says it to me with her eyes closed, but still facing me. And then all of a sudden, this other lady goes into the bathroom. She goes, there's a half-naked woman in the woman's room just standing around. And then I was like, fuck. So Rachel walked up. Rachel, I need you to do me a favor. She's like, what? There's supposedly a half-naked woman in the bathroom. Can you go investigate and see if it's true? Rachel, like, just peeks her head in, and then she just sees the lady just run into a stall. And she goes, yep. And then Rachel goes in to check on her. And then I just hear, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And Rachel comes back up, yeah, she's not moving. And she's just, like, passed out on the ground. Yeah. And I was like, what? And so then fucking like Ted comes out, Will comes out, and they're like, what's going on? And then Rachel tells them, they're just like, what the fuck are we gonna do? So then like Ted like has them block off the bathroom, and that's like, it's Ted, Christy, and Rachel all in the bathroom just trying to get this lady out. And by that point, she's completely fucking naked in the stall. And then I gotta fucking leave because it's the last show in 30 minutes and I was ready to bounce. But like I had Autumn like fucking circle on, and there was fucking ambulance and fire trucks out there and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And then she called back the next day. Yeah, I think I had a minor incident and I left my purse there. And then Will was like, yes, ma'am, you did. We have your stuff. You can come by and we'll give it to you. She never came back for it. She left everything there. She left that club naked.
Good for her.
Hot. That story was hot. All I heard was hot. That's crazy, dude. No, that is fucking nuts. Jake, you got one? The weirdest shit that ever happened at a restaurant?
I've been too entranced listening to y'all. I wasn't even thinking.
We can move on to the next one if you need to.
Yeah, let's do the next one.
Okay. All right.
Like, I love that. Like, if we were telling stories about Jake, like, oh my god, what else did I do next?
I did that.
Get out of here!
That's cool, man. Oh, that was cool, man.
This is the
That'll
question
be a pretty funny
always...
skit. I actually like that idea.
This is the
like,
question.
Like a whole bunch of friends around their other friends, like, and here's what else I did. The friends are like, yeah, what else did I do? Huh? Yeah, tell me what I did next. I did that. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that.
Wow.
All right, here's the question that started them all. Tell me about your worst kiss. Now this shit is getting juicy. This is like Cosmo up in here.
Me here. Worst kiss.
The worst kiss you ever had. All right, I'll go. So I was working at the Eaton Park once again, and I was 25, 26 at the time, and an old schoolmate came in and they brought a big group of people, and there was a younger looking girl there, and she came in with them, and I was like, oh, she's cute. She had a huge head too. I didn't know what was going on that, but she was very cute, very, very cute. And they said, this is my cousin from the city. And I legit don't remember her name. I wish I did. I just called her City Girl. That's what I called her to everyone. I was like, oh, it's City Girl. And so City Girl was a bit of a hoe, and she ended up hanging out with me afterwards. I don't even remember how I got her number, but I was just pimping around and doing my thing. And she had a boyfriend and everything. I felt like a terrible person. But anyhow, she ended up coming over to my place a couple of times. We chatted it up. And then one night she's like, come over to my place. Let's drink. I was like, okay. She had booze. I don't think I supplied the booze. I'm going to cut this out. I really hope I didn't.
Why?
Because she was underage, under 21, I should say, not underage. But
who gives a fuck?
So anyhow, we were drinking at her place. We were watching The Frighteners. We were watching The Frighteners.
I love that movie.
I love that
It's a great movie. It's a great
we got
movie.
to the part where the wall was like climbing out, and she started making out with me.
Oh, even better.
Terrible. It was terrible. So I moved to second base and third base rather quick because it just felt like I was kissing a wall. Just like, yeah.
Was she tight-lipped?
She had a flat face.
Tight-lipped, nothing. And then she lizard tongued me every once in a while. Just, yeah, I'm good on that. So like none of the juicy niceness, you know what I mean? It was just all, and so I was like, well, let's move on. Boy, she had a
colonoscopy?
Yeah, what is it? Colostomy bag? How do you say?
Oh, colostomy bag.
Colostomy bag. She had a
Damn,
colostomy
bro.
bag. So
did you fondle it while you were making out with her? Were you like grabbing it? Like,
where's the drainage shunt?
Yeah, grabbing one titty, grabbing that colostomy bag.
Well,
I want to fuck the shit out of this bag.
All right, I never saw the bag. But here's the thing: she had reconstructive surgery. I don't think she was trans, but I think she had a reconstructive surgery because it was misformed. Her vagina was, and so she's like, well, that's fuck, but you have to fuck me as hard as possible. And at that time, I was out of shape like I am now, and I was a heavy cigarette smoker. And I'm like, nah, that ain't happening. It's just, let's just go back to watching the movie.
Just shake her hand and leave.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
But what's really fucked up too is in the middle of all this, she goes, by the way, I'm underage. I'm like, what? I'm like, show me your fucking ID right now. She pulled it out. She was 19, but I was pissed. That instantly made my boner go, whew. So I don't know why.
You may want to lead and with a, by the way, she was over 18.
She was over 18. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. We're good. Yeah, it was terrible. Then I was living down here about 3 years later, and she called me out of nowhere. And I was just like, hi. She's like, well, I want to visit with you. I was like, I live in Texas. So unless you want to drive 1,600 miles, I'll see ya.
When's she supposed to be here?
Yeah, next week. Wait, giant fucking head. That head was huge. It was like a parade float, dude. That thing was.
It was like Sputnik.
She was really pretty though, like insanely pretty, but like just.
She was pretty for a big head.
You just have a fucking huge head. It was nuts. All right, who's next? Tell me about your worst kiss.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right.
My buddy Derek Thorne. Guys can't kiss for shit. We were playing Truth or Dare as wayward teens do with a couple of young ladies, trying in hopes of little and playing Truth or Dare starts off innocent, as all games do. And it's slowly like, oh, dude, take off your shirt. It's like, okay. Going down. Finally, long story short, we get the girls a kiss, okay, with their tops off. It's like, this is fucking awesome. So then they turn around and we're out of truths. Like, we can't do truths, so we have to do dares. Oh, like, okay. No, y'all kiss. And it's like, what? No, we're not doing that. Like, let's get
what are you thinking? Faggots?
They're like, dude, and they're like, just do it for 20 seconds. I'm like, fuck you. And then they just kept bartering and finally got us down to 5 seconds. So we looked at each other, in our eyes, we're like, dude, let's just fucking do it for the badge. It's like gay if you're doing it for a purpose of fucking girls, right? We didn't even have to say it, but we were both saying it, in our eyes.
You knew it. Yeah.
So then, we kissed, and it was really bad, tongue and all. And it was really horrible.
Yeah.
We felt disgusted. So disgusted that we decided to go skipping hand in hand down the street.
And we disappeared, and I'm married to him.
Yeah.
Is this the same guy you said earlier?
No.
Yeah. Did you get the badge that night?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Was it like an orgy situation, or did you guys separate off?
We split off with our girls that we were trying to hook up with.
But
I got some other stories where we do some things like that too. It's wild shit, man.
Javi, what you got? Your worst kiss?
Worst kiss? I was 31, and I went on this date with this 22-year-old. Bro, she's like, do you want to make out? I was like, sure. Bro, I fucking hated that fucking kiss. She was tight-lipped, and when she used her tongue. She did this weird thing where she would just like stick the tongue in my mouth and just like wiggle just the tip, just like that, up and down. Like she was just licking the roof of my mouth. And I just had to like stop. I was like, well, what are you doing? Like that. And then like she would like hoover my mouth and just like suck in whenever our lips would touch. Like, and I had to grab her by the face and just pull her. Like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm making out. I was like, oh, okay.
You're literally sucking face.
But it was fucking bad. And I was just like, yeah, I think we should call this a night. I've had a lot of fun. And I'm going to go. And she, okay. I shook her hand like a fucking asshole. I still feel bad about that. I was like, nice to meet you. This was fun.
Madam.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll be over here not making out with you.
That was one of my more shallow moments. But
you did the right thing, dude.
I can't abide bad kissing. A bad blowjob, I could forgive. Bad sex, fine. But if you suck at kissing, you're gonna be dead to me real quick.
You could kiss my ass. Well, don't. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. I'd like it if you could kiss better. You would.
I like how she gave you the Jabba the Hutt though.
I thought Carrie Fisher was behind her, choking her with the metal chain. Because
that was it, dude. If you could screenshot all three of us doing that, that'd be great. Come on, Javi.
Send that to Camp Slash and see the shit out of them. All right. I got one more. This last one. Tell me, this is a positive one too. Tell me about a dream that came true. So that can literally mean like you had something that happened in your life, or like I've actually had dreams that became reality. So tell me about a dream that came true.
I made it past 30.
Yeah? Is that true?
I don't know. I was not to be a joke because when I was younger, I never envisioned myself living past 30. I was like, surely I'm going to kick it before then. I am 5 years in. Dude, I probably just called on something. I made down my 35th birthday.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be dead by like 25 also.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that feel like to live past the date that you thought you were going to die?
Weird.
Fucking exhausting. Like I had it all planned out. I was good at that point. Now it's just like,
it was like we made it to 25. We're fucking done. We're good.
At a time.
We're good.
Yeah. I said live fast, die young. Not live fast, die.
Live fast, live. Pretty corpse. All right. So dream that came true.
I don't think I've ever had a fucking dream come true.
Well,
maybe nightmares.
Yeah. No, I dreamed that I lived in Greensburg, Pennsylvania before I did. It was really fucked up. I knew the exact apartment, the layout of the apartment, everything. And so I had this dream about a year and a half.
That's not a dream. You were fucking having an out-of-body experience.
Well, I mean...
It was lucid dreaming.
The dream itself, I dreamed that I lived with certain people, which I ended up living with, my buddy Ben. But I dreamed about the apartment. I remember walking in and they were having a party, and I was like, guys, I'm too tired to party. I'm just exhausted, and I went to bed. But then we moved there. It was exact spot, exact location, looked exactly like it. And then I worked 2 jobs, so I was tired all the time. So that's pretty much it. But I mean, as for like, if you're going for like a dream come true, I will tell you guys this. The first time I went on stage to do stand-up, that was like a dream come true. It really was. It made me feel so fucking good. And I'm talking about the show I did, the Dean Lewis Stars of Tomorrow show. To get up in front of a crowd. I mean, going up for the first time was hard as shit. I had to get drunk. I was so scared. And then the second time it was easier. And now it's just walk up and it's whatever. But to do that Stars of Tomorrow showcase was fucking life-changing for me. And that was a dream come true because all I've ever wanted to do was do stand-up comedy and be a director. Those are the 2 things
awesome, man.
I want to do with my life. And now I think about stand-up comedy all the time. I run through my set in my head. I add punchlines. I add jokes. I think about what I want to write. I think about what I want to do. I know it's a long haul and a long experience, but I'm super excited about it, dude. I'm super excited about the journey. The only thing I worry about is I'm too old. But you know what? People make their own paths.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's plenty of people that got a late start in this line of work. So that's the least of your concern.
But that was definitely a dream come true.
Awesome, man. Proud of you.
Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And with that, back to the podcast.
How about you guys? You guys got anything?
Nope. Life sucks. Still here. This is the closest thing I'm getting to my dream right now.
Well, then I'll find another one.
I got one. It was a long time ago. It was like I always used to dream about when I was younger to be able to play guitar as well as my grandfather. On my 18th birthday, he got me a guitar. Well, he fucking made a guitar because he knew I wanted one, and we didn't have money for one. So he took an old electric Fender bass, and then he put the neck of another guitar on it, kind of like Frankenstein that guitar for me. And then he tuned it up for me. He was like, "Here, happy 18th birthday." And then I used that guitar. It sounded like absolute shit. Even he was like, canto de mierda no sirve para nada. And it's like, pretty much, this piece of shit doesn't work for nothing. I'm sorry. Like, but he showed me how to tune it well enough to the point where I could actually hear notes properly. And I would just like, I played that thing for about 3 years. And eventually, before I knew it, I was actually playing alongside with him. I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I finally lived up to my dream. I fucking made it. It took years, but yeah, I would just practice like 6 hours a day. But yeah, I got to be able to learn how to play the guitar. And that was nice.
That's awesome.
It's a dream come true. All right, let's end on this because I know everyone has one here. Tell me about a time you met someone famous. My dear Lord, you met so many famous.
Wait, can you? Do you have to act like they were famous, like you got starstruck?
No. Just an experience that with somebody famous, like they have notoriety. Doesn't matter.
I got one. I got
like 7. So go ahead.
Yeah,
Bob.
me too.
TJ Miller weekend. That was fucking nuts.
Surreal.
It was just like he actually put on a decent show. I really fuck with it.
And he was funny, like off stage. He was cool to staff and everything. Like
he was really awesome. But what made it so weird was his dynamic with his wife.
Oh yeah,
and just how fucking public they were with that shit.
Yeah.
And I was, this is highly uncomfortable, but I can't stop watching.
Like, what exactly did he do?
Like, she fucking slapped him, dumped the drink on him.
Yeah, throwing food on him, like nachos and shit.
With everybody around.
Yeah, like the show just set out. There were still a few customers in there, but it was mostly just the staff and shit.
Wow.
Wild.
Just like...
Not like in an aggressive way, though, like in a playful way.
No, in an aggressive way. They were fighting.
Yeah, I mean, they were drunk play fighting that turned into real fighting, back to lovey-dovey, back to, no, I love you. And then it's like, fuck you motherfucker. Oh, no.
But I think...
super bipolar.
Oh, yeah.
But that was actually one of the more pleasant, like, of famous people I met. The worst one was Pauly Shore. Fuck that guy. I want you to leave this in. Don't edit this out. Pauly Shore, if you ever listen to this, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. I fucking knew it was going to be a rough weekend when I came in early from my other job and Jake is in there. I come in through the side entrance, where we go to take out the trash, and I just see Pauly Shore sitting in the middle of the fucking show watching his own clips on the fucking giant screen. I'm just like, this. Fuck! Yeah. And I was just like, fuck this. And it turned out his fans are the fucking worst. Like, I fucking hate his fans. Man, he's just an asshole. Nobody touch Pauly. Pauly touches you.
Yeah, I remember that line. Okay.
I'm like, really? Pauly touch? Does anybody want to be touched by Pauly Shore?
Right. He's just I don't want to touch him. I don't want him touching me.
He's just a not pleasant person to be around, especially how he interacts with people. He's a fucking dick.
You don't like the Weezer?
Oh, bro. The Weezer.
So who was the person that you met that you loved the most, though? You said that
TJ Miller seemed cool. Believe it or not, like big names that came through. I rarely got starstruck. I think the nicest person that I met that was decent sized him was Dustin Ibarra. Like, I really fuck with Dustin. Like, he's a really nice guy. He actually hung out in the back with us and actually had a few drinks. He was just bullshitting. But as far as everybody else, it's like, they're just some other asshole. They're in and out. I'll see you next year.
Just depends on the person. I had a weird interaction with Charlie Murphy where I was walking back to the green room, and RIP, by the way. And we're walking back to the green room, and Charlie Murphy stops me. He goes, "Hey, what's the worst area in DFW? Where's the bad area?" And I went, "Huh?" He's like, "Where's bad? Where's the bad at?" I'm like, start thinking. I was like, "I guess Oak Cliff." They say that. I said, "I don't know." And in my head, I'm thinking, why does Charlie Murphy want to go to Oak Cliff? Like, why is he trying to go to the bad area town? The fuck's going? I didn't realize that he needed it for his comedy to make jokes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just like, oh shit. My ex told me that afterwards. She's like, it's a local thing. He's trying to make himself more personable. I was like, oh, but in my head, I could not for the life of me figure. I was like, do you want weed? Because I can get you weed. It's not an issue. You don't gotta go to Oak Cliff to get weed. I'll get you weed.
He didn't need weed. I got him weed every night.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Bad experiences. I had one recently with I was her server, and she goes, tie my shoes. So I tied her shoes. but she demanded I tie her shoes. She goes, I'm too fat to tie them myself. She didn't say thank you or anything. It was just a demand. Tie my shoes. And like, I was
And then she roasts herself. What I wouldn't even know how to react to that situation.
I just tied her shoes. I was like,
yeah, of course.
She never tipped me either.
Sure
So
oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. But, like, I've had so many positive experiences. The negatives are very small comparatively. Jake, I know you've got tons of stories. What you got?
One of my favorite weekends and was somebody who I was looking forward to that I'd never seen come through before. Always wanted to work with Craig Robinson. Like, that was fucking like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, starstruck, the whole 9 yards. Until Craig Robinson's last day, whenever Thomas Lennon showed up. And I got to be fucking Dangle from Reno 911. A million fucking things. He's in
New Boot Goofing.
He's fucking comedy genius. Been around
he
forever.
Is.
He was part of the state. Anyways, that was fucking like, holy shit. And my brother was there. He used to be on this TV show called The State on MTV. It was like a sketch show, variety show. And it had all the people from Reno 911 were in it also. Like most of it. Like Jolo Trulio was in there. Fucking
Carl Rocky, yeah.
Michael Ian Black and Thomas Lennon had 2 characters on there called Barry and Levon. There's 2 guys are trying to get down. So ladies, I'm Barry. I'm Levon. Like, we have $240 worth of pudding. And it's like this whole fucking bit. I'll try to link it to you. But my brother was there to watch that show also. So whenever Thomas Lennon came in, I went in there. I was like, dude, you're not going to fucking believe who's here. He's like, who? I was like, fucking Thomas Lennon. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And he got up and ran into the fucking bar. He's like, holy shit. And I took him over and introduced him and everything. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're big fans. Really cool. We took pictures. He did the fucking Barry and Levon thing with me on stage. We cooked and chilled.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
That was a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. Super cool.
What was your worst interaction, you think? And I'll bleep the name. I'm not bleeping Pauly Shore because Javi said not to.
How about he was one of the worst, obviously, but I think we all know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Horrible person. Deplorable.
He raped people's children.
I got a couple more cool people though.
Yeah.
Eric Andre came through. That was
a great story
cool.
about Eric Andre sitting in the room.
Yeah. Fucking. So this was whenever his show first came on Adult Swim, and it was on Friday night after the second show. Well, before I get to that, whenever he gets there, and I go over like everything that he wants, and he's like, "Hey, I need a music stand. Can you do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I run over to the music store, buy a music stand, bring it over. He's like, "Okay, great." I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's gonna play something. And he puts it on stage and never addresses it. He just fucking knocks it over with his like notes and shit on it. Like, this guy is crazy. I didn't even know who the fuck he was at this point. Like, nobody knew who the fuck Eric Andre was. He didn't sell out. He had a small crowd of like maybe 20 or 30 people each show. But on Friday night, I walk into the green room after the first show, and it's before he's getting ready to go on stage. And he's got the coffee table pushed up against the couch, and he's sitting in front of the coffee table, Indian style, crisscross applesauce, or whatever the fuck they say now. And he's looking up at the TV like a kid. I was like, "Hey, you're going up in like 10 minutes." He's like, "Okay, I'm just watching my show. Just aired tonight." I was like, "What?" And then sure enough, he's like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Oh wow, that's cool. That's you." All right, yeah. All right, see what you're doing there. Well, then I watched the show afterwards. Like, God damn, this dude's a genius.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Who else?
David Allen Greer. Holy shit. Man, that guy's a showman. I've worked with pretty much every member of the Old School and Living Color, which is fucking great because me and my family fucking watched that. That was our shit, whenever I was a kid. Whenever it was current, they had new episodes. David Allen Greer by far is like the funniest one out of all of them. Like, he put on he did 6 shows and every single one was completely different than the last one.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And like, I hadn't laughed that hard in a long fucking time, dude. Like, he fucking destroyed the room. Standing ovations. Like, he fucking brought it, bro.
He roasted me once. He said something about like my car. I said, "I don't have a car." I said, "I walk to work." He goes, "You need to get a skateboard." I was like, "Right on, dude." I was like, "You're not wrong." He fucking roasted me, man. That's like the time that Robert Powell called me a pedophile. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? It was out of nowhere, too. I was just sitting there. He's like, it's really weird. He goes, I saw you on TV last night. I go, yeah? He goes, yeah. How to Catch a Predator. I said, yeah. And I turned over and said, yeah, it's fucked up how I never get up and walk away. And I just walked away from him. Like there's nothing else to do. I was just like, he just called me a pedophile. I was like, God damn.
Like, was he fucking with you, or do you think he actually genuinely meant it?
High on drugs, dude.
I mean, like, I look pretty old for my age. I can't believe these sick perverts are trying to bang me, but whatever.
To be fair, I look like this, so I probably did look like a creepy pedophile stalker. You heard the story earlier, so whatever.
You were a kid.
God damn. You still on that?
Moving on. All right, guys.
You're gonna be laying next to Sophie. Like, what's wrong, Duck? I don't know. I really should have showed the guys that I was a creepy stalking kid.
I couldn't say stalking without using the quotes.
Duck is gonna be pulling the Steve Harwell from Smash. Like, oh God, I was a stalking kid.
I was stalking laundry, guys. Come on.
Fucking love it.
Ridiculous. All right, guys, shut it down. Thank you so much for listening. This is Duck. I've been here with
Jake
and
Avi
and D-Bad bitches.
Don't be a dick.
Be a dick. Don't be a dick.
Fucking dick.
You motherfucking dicks. Don't be a dick.
Fucking cocksucking motherfuckers. Don't be dicks.
I do feel like a creepy stalker.
You better call this episode the Creepy Stalker. STOCKER.
Fucking shit shoveling motherfucking.
I've lived the life, man. I've done some stuff.
I'm ass spooning, laundry stalking,
banging,
kissing,
fucking fingering chicks with fucking awkward vaginas.
Colostomy bag banging.
Fucking hip replacement fucking having motherfuckers.
What's so fucked up is she would come over and she would go to the bathroom for like a half hour. My mom's like, what is she doing in there? I was like, so eventually
what is she doing there?
Eventually I had to tell my mom.
Wanna know.
And there it is. Thank you again so much for checking out the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast where we talk Atari to Steam and everything between. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood breaking down all that video game lore and having such a good time. Heroes-Gyros, a Dungeons and Distractions side quest. Me and the boys were playing some D&D. You can start that one from Season 1, Episode 1. It's a blast the whole way through. And I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I sit down with some of my favorite people of all time. We talk about their trials, their tribulations, and their journey this far. And finally, our new live video podcast, Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we're going to have a roundtable discussion about our favorite horror movies. That'll be available on Twitch and YouTube, streaming every Monday at 8 p.m. Check the links in the description to find out what movies we'll be watching. Also, check the links in the description for our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast Network. With that said, thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. Please remember to support local comedy in any way that you can. We'll see you next time.